You know what? We're going to shoot guns today. We're gonna shoot guns today. Here's the range. Here's Ray preparing the guns. Be ready to shoot.
So you can go ahead and take a hold of it and open up the cylinder. There you go. There's your 6 rounds. I only brought 6, so.
So this one you said you start by the top or anywhere?
Doesn't matter because it'll spin.
Oh, okay.
So just whatever's comfortable.
And this is a 38.
38 caliber. It's the old school cop gun. Usually the way people, they'll just use
Like this.
the palm of their hand.
Okay.
So,
This.
yeah.
And then it's ready. So
So you just bring it up on your target.
And breathe. Take a breathe and relax.
did I miss it?
Oh, did you?
I don't know.
If you want to look, then set the gun. Let everybody know.
Right here.
Right there.
Okay. Not a single hole.
And then the first time you don't know how it's going to react, so you probably flinched when you got ready to do it. You probably didn't get us, like he told you, in, breathe in, exhaust.
Think you're a little high.
Still nothing.
I don't see anything.
Damn.
You can set it down and go look.
Yeah. I'm gonna go look. Good.
Okay.
This is really hard.
Yeah, no, what you want to do is always the front sight, you can have the front tip. Okay, always put that in the center, no matter what, just take your finger.
That's why I probably don't you have maybe to show me where.
The front tip, no matter what, you can have this, always put it on your target. Okay, first thing, so you want to put this right in this, just imagine the center
Of the box.
of the box. Put this right there in the middle, the very tip.
The very tip in the middle.
Okay, and then you bring the rest, this is the rest here, controls your left and right and up and down. But as long as you've got the tip right there in the middle, it's going to hit somewhere in that area. You're going to hit there.
Yeah, but I mean,
The reason why people mess up a lot though is because if after a few seconds, if you're like, breathe, relax, aim, stop, squeeze, if it's going to take you more than like 5 seconds, stop, just relax, breathe, relax. It's about relaxing, right? And don't anticipate it. It's going to happen no matter what. The gunshot, so just let it happen. Don't anticipate the shot, because that'll make you miss. Just let it surprise you. And then breathe. Where'd it go?
nowhere. Damn, like, you know.
Wait a
Oh,
second.
stop.
Wait a second.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Because I
Misfire here.
Yeah. So well, the
Are they
reason
all out, Ray?
the reason that one didn't is because it didn't go.
oh.
So I
The
think
bullet's right, it's in the chamber still. Come all the way out. You know, Ray, this has to be probably checked out too. It's old. If it expanded like that and held it,
yeah.
wow. Then the rounds too.
Yeah, it's wedged.
Okay.
So
Okay.
probably the situation is that those bullets are probably pretty old, and it may just be an old charge and it's lost some of its strength.
So a lot. That's what happened in that round.
Okay.
It really expanded.
I've never had one
Not
before.
like that. No, they usually explode. Thank God I saw that shit too.
Well, we were looking.
Yeah. What kind of guns?
That's his 45.
That's a 45.
And with that gun,
This one is 10 rounds and one in the chamber, right?
yeah. And on this, okay, it is completely empty. I'm gonna let it go home already. I'm gonna show you the sights on this one. So same principle here when you come in there. It all has to even up.
Okay.
The
So
front
that
sight, always keep it the front sight a line in the center, the front tip. Always keep it there. And the back end is for your left, your windage.
And your eye.
You can basically all three of them come together and line up.
Okay.
And then boom, you're there.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
I want to keep this one for dessert.
Okay. Okay. So,
And
so
45 is this? Is it in millimeters? 45
Yes.
millimeter?
calibers. We
Calibers.
call them calibers, and everything's always, of course, says on the back what it is. So these are old police practice rounds. These are cheap ass old rounds.
Okay.
The reason I brought this gun is because this is what the American servicemen carried in World War II. This was the main sidearm that all the infantry guys carried and stuff like that. So that's the significance of this gun.
So this is since World War II?
Well, this one is new, but the design.
The design was from.
Yeah, it was designed, I think, either designed for military use at that time, or they picked it because of it. But I would say that it was probably designed for military use. They're really heavy, you know, and they stay on target really well, and they're pretty dependable. So, okay, so once again, the first one you put in like this, but then you push down just a little bit with your thumb, and it will assist you, because with the spring pressure, of course, it'll get more and more as the spring
It's
is
going to
more.
be harder.
Yeah. So, and they have loaders for these that you put the rounds in, and then you just put it, and it'll self-load them. But I don't shoot enough.
Protection to be made with the bullets. Like, I mean, they won't
Go off.
go off. Yeah.
On these are center fires, so somehow you have to contact this. If you put this in a vise and hit this with a chisel,
Yeah.
then it would go.
Then we go.
Yeah,
Okay.
but you can throw those around and everything, and most likely you're never going to have one go off. But I wouldn't do it. But they're pretty safe.
But you hold it like a.
Yeah, and push your thumb here, then push it down a little bit. There you go. Now the next one goes in.
Oh, you just push like this.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see that it's getting harder.
Yeah. And then you can look at where the bullets are, so you know how many you have in there. Okay.
So we have.
Yeah. See, you can see that it's got that. It's exposed.
We have a 8
Okay.
chamber. This one.
I don't know. Is there?
I don't know how to see that.
Well, you just, in this case, you just have to look down that board just like that.
Like here, I would see it.
You would be able to see it.
Okay.
Because it's an automatic, so it's going to, it has an extractor, so it's going to throw the old shell away unless it jams. So if you open the breech like that and look in there, you can be sure that there is no ammo. But
So
even
can
like
you show me how?
this is, if you have this like that, and you insert your clip like this, and then you release this, it'll load. It's going to be loaded then. Okay, so on this particular one, this has a couple of safety features. So one is that if you only pull that trigger back part way, you can't fire that. It's a safety.
Okay.
Okay, so that's one safety. So the other safety is, on this particular model, you must squeeze this.
Otherwise, it won't.
It won't go. And the reason this is here is because you fired this revolver, but now you're going to fire an automatic that's an auto loader. So as soon as you pull that trigger, this thing's coming back like this. And if you get somebody that's used to shooting a revolver, and this trigger, this protection isn't here, they get their hand up here somewhere, that'll just tear the skin right off your hand.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's your action, and to get it to stay open, you just push this up.
This is why you want it to stay open.
Well, you want it to stay weapon, so it's customary that this breech is open, because as soon as I hand it to you, you can see as I bring it to you that now this gun is unloaded.
Okay, there's no round in the chamber and it's empty.
There's no
here.
clip.
I see.
But even if it did have a clip in it, if that action's like that, you can still see that this is not going to harm you or me, because the barrel's towards me.
Yeah, exactly. So right there. here.
So if you want to do the action thing, like you see people do on TV or whatever,
Yeah.
so release this, put the clip in. Here's the clip release, okay?
Yeah.
So that's what you push to get it back out.
So it's loaded right now.
It's loaded. The gun is technically loaded, but there's not one in the breech. It's not ready to fire. You have to action it first.
Okay.
So to action it, you're gonna do this, and now the trigger is ready, and we know that there's most likely a round in the chamber. I didn't look, but we know probably that there is a round in the chamber.
And my question is, when you carry, do you carry one round in the chamber or not?
Yes,
Yes.
I do.
Because that's what.
Probably don't carry one in the chamber because they want to be safer about it and they're scared of an accident or something like that. But the only way this gun is coming out of the holster is either I'm here like this or you're trying to assault me or my wife.
Otherwise, it will stay there.
It'll never come out. So if it comes out, most likely I'm going to shoot it. Why would I have to go through this whole process?
Yeah, and it can, like, if there's a bad guy that don't know you're there.
Right.
When he hears the click,
Yeah.
he will know it and he will shoot you before you'll be able to.
But a lot of people will use that sound to give warning to somebody that they better get the hell out of there.
Mm-hmm.
If I hear a noise in my house, I keep this ready to go. This is my nightstand. But if I want to run somebody off and I don't want to engage them, I would prefer they would leave, which is what we would want.
Okay.
I may action that one time because
They
there's no
will hear
other
it
sound like that.
And go away.
They already know. It's just like a shotgun.
They know that it's ready to fire.
It's ready. So if you don't want
Look at what you're looking at.
Okay.
They all line up right here. These are the back and that's the front. You want them to be all lined up, and the front side is going to be wherever you want to hit that target.
That's what I wanted to know. And
Long to take the shot, then everything you
Yes.
relax. You just tense up too much, and then your arms. Because if you don't see it, I can see you doing this because I'm at a side distance, and it gets heavy. And then you're doing this. You don't see it, but you're doing this.
And also, when you're getting ready to pull that trigger, your arm is doing a lot of different things too, because your tendons have to be ready, and especially when you're nervous. Like,
Yeah.
if we did this today and next week we came out, it would be a totally different experience because all that information would have time to align itself and get you ready.
Yeah, because like now, like I think
Right.
properly.
And maybe I should have only brought one.
No.
Maybe. But I was trying. Each one of these weapons has a significance, and that's why I brought them. I didn't bring the ones that don't have a significance. I thought if knowing what guns I have, if I didn't own those, and somebody said, okay, what would you like to take to the range? That is the gun I would have picked because that's a World War II style gun. That meant something to me. Everybody wants to shoot these because this is the current thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
But me is the coolest gun I've got. To me, I think it's great. So, I tried to give you a variety of things to walk away with. So when you go home and you're thinking about this, you go, oh man, yeah, see on TV, World War II guys. Okay, now I know what they were shooting. So, okay.
This is my perfect place to put my second hand here.
Well, I suspect everybody's different, but
Underneath?
usually they teach you to cup it, is the way I was taught.
This
So.
one. So because the guy you were adjusting it like.
Well, you should never have your finger in that finger guard until you're ready to shoot.
Okay.
That's why that guard's on there. They didn't used to have those, but now they do.
This thing is so.
That one kicks a lot more. It's a 45. See,
Did I miss something?
Huh?
Got right by the left eye.
Yep. It's got a kick.
Yeah, but in like this, it moves the gun,
Yeah.
because
Sure.
my fingers
Remember,
are too big. Or I
With
don't
your
know.
finger, you're just pulling back. A lot of people, when you do it, they go sideways or that way. You're just pulling straight back. That's where you want to go. I mean, there's a lot to be learned, but it's a lot too quick.
It's like riding a bicycle.
Yeah. Let it surprise you.
Thing shoots so.
You got under the eye again.
Damn.
You're right underneath the eye. You got good side alignment. It's there.
Is it? Am I on those?
See where the other two rounds are? You're right above there. So you're still, your alignment's on. You're good. There you came down, you're on the lip.
Okay.
Let's go bang bang if you want.
Now those are low. Yeah, that's cool. Right in the middle.
Okay, you're out. See how it's.
When it's, I wanted, they said like 1.5 is good, like
Yeah.
between rounds, you know. And I can see it because every time.
Target, that's why some of your guns that stay on target are heavier, and then they're not all over the place. If you shoot a gun that's a really lightweight gun, then they'll come way off the target. But these stay on pretty good. That's why it's so heavy. But you think about packing that every day on your hip, you know, for maybe 2-3 years. I mean, that's a lot of weight. You get a lot of sore spots and things like that.
When you carry this one,
Yeah.
that's why you carry a smaller one.
Yeah. Well, and for me, it's much easier to conceal. I mean, this isn't a conceal case, but I have an ankle one. Jason brought me one that goes here that you can't see.
Yeah. So, what do you preference? Have it on the side or because I think Rio's name is he carried it here,
Yeah.
so you have to lift it up, then pull it.
Right.
So.
But it's a pretty rapid thing if you
Oh yeah,
practice.
he's really fast, you know.
Yeah.
And he said like that's why he lose the belly. It's harder to pull it. So.
Right, but it's also easier to conceal it so people can't see
Yeah.
it. The holster that he gave me with only one gun. I mean, I don't know anybody out there, and I don't know what they might do or whatever. So anytime I have a gun, like we just emptied this clip, now we're defenseless with that weapon.
Yeah.
There is no weapon here that we can defend ourselves with. So I always have another one.
You mean if somebody's threatening you on the range?
They might, because if you're a bad guy, where's one of the easiest places to get a gun? Right here with these people with guns and ammo.
Never thought about that.
And so I always make sure I've got a loaded weapon in case somebody would do something. They can see when this thing's empty. Okay. Then is to practice loading this with this pointed at the ground.
the
more.
ground. Like that, if you're
walks up to the side,
Boom.
they're in jeopardy. But if that's only pointed at the dirt right in front of us, nobody can be in jeopardy with that.
I agree with that. So
So just go ahead and put your clip in. There you go. And now release the slide with that. Push down on that. You're ready to go.
that's it.
You're
So
ready.
It's,
Right?
empty.
No, we were just watching.
Yeah, I know.
That's
I said,
part of the learning
the
experience.
It didn't move, but I hit it right here. And the other one I missed was right here. And this is the exit wound. You can see it, so this is great. Okay. He built it, what do you mean?
He bought the parts and pieces and he built this gun.
Oh my God, yeah?
Yeah. It's what happens when you're a jarhead. You do things like that.
So you can buy parts and build your own
Parts and pieces. Yeah.
Wow. And is there a way to adjust it when it's like it's too when you pull in?
Oh sure. All these are adjustments.
Okay. So
Yeah, for height and side and all that. And so you come out, you shoot, you try it. A lot of people use sandbags so the gun doesn't move. It takes, and so then they sight them in like that. And they also make lasers that you can put in the barrel. And you've probably seen that on the TV shows.
Yeah.
So then you don't use up your ammunition.
So
sight.
if I have a pullback, you call and this one must be like is it bigger or is it?
No, this isn't going to be more than that.
No,
This is
okay.
basically a 22, like a 22 rifle. It's just the charge is bigger. It's not going to kick as much as that 45.
And how many bullet maximum you can pull in?
What are these?
30 round magazine.
30? I didn't remember. I didn't remember.
So what?
5.56, but yeah, it's a 22 caliber.
22 caliber.
See, it says 5.56, but they're also kind of confusing, but they're also a 223. The 5.56 is a NATO round, so you know if you're on the Allied side using almost everything in the arsenal anymore is 5.56. But in America we would call them a 223 because they use those for hunting smaller deer or whatever, and maybe shooting a long ways away because they're not a very big round. So they go really fast and are accurate.
Because the wind don't catch them as much as the other one.
I mean, you look at this 45 round,
yeah,
and then you look at this 223 round. I mean, that's a huge difference, right?
And so this one would be like for maybe 25 feet. And this one, for how long you can shoot?
Down here, Jason was shooting towards the end of there, and he was hitting stuff down there because he's more experienced and probably has better eyesight than I do.
Yeah.
I just don't do very well.
Okay.
That's why I didn't play basketball or anything like that, because I just don't have good vision. I had to wrestle because I could find the guy in front of me, but to shoot basketball or something, I don't have those skills.
Me, I never been able to shoot.
Load this rifle here in a minute. Why don't you take that box and double the distance?
Okay.
And you can go down to your weapons. They're not up. This is an offensive weapon. That's why so many people want these taken away, because this is an offensive piece of equipment where that is defensive.
Okay, so I'll go. It's a double, so can you check if I see that camera? That.
So I take the weapon, put it to your right side since you're right-handed. Okay,
Like this.
keep her down there. You can rotate it around, and then you're ready to put the clip in.
That's it.
Push exactly the same way as you did in 45. Okay, clips in. Now you have to action it. So what I would, and see it has a safe feature on here. You can pull that back and let it go, and
And then we'll put around in the chamber.
Yeah, we'll call it charging the chamber. It's going to charge the chamber. It's going to put it out. It's not waving around. It's not doing anything. It's totally safe. And now you can bring this up, and you can bring this on your target. Screamed at in your ear like we did when we were learning this stuff on the range, because there was a guy with a flat brim hat beside you screaming in your face. We're not screaming. We're being a little easier on you than they were.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, you didn't come out here to get screamed at.
No.
You'll feel it release when you put your finger against that. Okay, let it go. Now, why did you say this seat is
charging out. Sometimes the rounds don't sit right, and that's just the little a push. You push down just to make sure that the round goes in.
Okay, so with the hand that you're going to have on the close to the trigger, you can reach this with your thumb, and if you push forward, that makes sure that first round is charged.
It's in the chamber.
Yeah,
so I push it right now.
Yeah, just push it.
Yeah, so it's in.
So
it's
if
just
it's
in
not
case.
in the chamber, you will hear a click or.
Well, it's the round's already going to be in the chamber, but you'll just feel it sometimes. It just gives it a little extra push to properly seat the round.
Okay.
So
Okay, so the. Oh.
get this on your shoulder and make sure it's against your shoulder. These don't kick very much, but if you shoot a high-powered hunting rifle and you have this butt away from there, it'll put a huge bruise right in there.
And the landmine sight is what
Just
exactly?
what he showed you.
What?
It's
Yeah, you're gonna have those. It's gonna real quick. Like I gotta get it to my head again. And then these are gonna come down. Well, this is a little exaggerated, okay?
Okay.
But in the back, the circle, when you're looking here, you're gonna see. When you look at the thing, you're gonna see when you're the small little circle. You're gonna see like an extra little spot in there.
Okay.
You align that exactly
So in the middle.
in the middle,
I see.
right off there.
Okay.
These are a little high.
So this one needs to be in the middle. That's what I wanted to see. To know.
Your front sight, and you're gonna see a little when you're looking to the rear side. Little dark black thing.
Okay.
That's where you're on.
Okay.
Take it off, safe.
So
When you're ready to shoot.
Fire.
Yep.
So now it's ready.
Yep.
So check me if I. I will start with.
You hit right above where the dark circle is.
So there's two only, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you hit right above where the 45 round. You're
Yeah,
up.
and it's I
to the
can
right.
see it's smaller.
Yeah, it's a lot smaller. Yeah.
It's exactly where I. So it took me what 5 bullets to have one finally. But maybe I have the plastic one and it didn't move because it goes down on the
Yep.
ground right after. So.
Yeah. You're right next to it.
Yep. Almost the same spot.
Just let me check my. Can I put it here? Just you want to check if my camera working?
Okay.
Okay. This one got only 2. I think I did it. You know my first shot? Thank you. I thought it didn't move. It moved just right after. It goes so fast. So that's why it didn't. But I hit it. I'm better than I thought. Good job.
You're already better than I am.
You know my first shot? I hit it. You can see a small hole in it.
Hey.
Safety off. I'll try the bottle. Bottle.
Well, why don't you shoot the golf ball? That's why I put it on there.
Where's the ball go? Oh, okay. Practice more than the. Something, no?
I don't know.
I saw. Okay, I'm gonna have a look.
Okay. Go ahead.
Top right corner of the box.
Did I hit it?
You hit the box, the top right.
Okay, that was. I think I hit it. The bottle. I'm gonna try the golf ball now.
Okay.
There you go.
We're going for the.
Maybe. I'm gonna have a look sometime. How I'm gonna know when it's. Oh, on this side, right? I see a
Not the-
22 here. To come have a meal with me. So when I feel alone, I eat. So that's what I eat right now. Right there. Meal free, so I just had to pay the drink. So.
You probably didn't get us, like he told you, in, breathe in, exhaust, and get ready and relax. Uh-oh. Hopefully it didn't break.